This is the second in the series of the 1989 van renovation. We're going to be taking out the windows today and resealing them. I've got my helper here, my granddaughter Crista. She's going to be running the camera, and we're going to be taking this out and resealing. You'll remember we did some taping last year, and it really didn't work because the Texas sun is really brutal. So we're going to go ahead and take it out, and you can see it needs to be resealed. And we're going to be cleaning up the surface area, and we're going to reseal it. So let's get started. Okay, we've got all the screws out, so now we're going to move outside and take the window out. Okay, the window's out. We're going to go inside, clean it up, and get it ready to recaulk. We're going to reseal. We're going to clean all this off, get all the stuff off of it, clean this up, and put it back in. That's about all the big pieces right now, so we're going to go ahead and clean this up the rest of the way, get it cleaned out, and then we'll get back with you when we start cleaning up the windows and the surface prep to put it back in. Okay, we're done pretty much with the cleanup for now. We're going to go outside and we're going to start doing the surfaces where the window's going to go back in. Okay, we're going to be addressing the issues here with this old glue. It's that real hard marine type glue that just stayed on after the window came out. It's taking little pieces of fiberglass too, so I have to be very careful. But we won't get a good seal if we don't take this off, so I'm going to have to take it off. All right, there's the last piece for the inside. We're going to go on outside and take all the old sealant off of there and get the surface ready to put the window back in. This is that old tape I put on in May 2 years ago, and it's that tape that we all see on TV that stops everything. I'm not going to mention the name, but the brutal Texas sun destroyed it, so we're going to have to do something different. once I get this all cleaned up, or we get the window in, I'm going to take some solvent, something mild, to get all this tape off, so we won't have the residue left either. All right, all of the old sealant from 1989 is off. I'm going to go in the house and get some cleanser and a rag, and we're going to clean this up. We're going to get ready to put this thing back in. All right, I think that's going to do it. We're going to go inside. We're going to prep the window. We're going to put the sealant on it, and we're going to get this thing back in the van. Here's what I'm going to be using. It's a product by GE. It's an advanced silicone, and I went to the big box store and got it. Fortunately, I live in a little small town where RV parts are few and far between. So it says it's for woods, aluminum, composites, brick, stone, stucco, masonry, cement board, glass, porcelain, ceramic tile, plaster, vinyl siding, PVC, fiberglass, which we're going to be putting it against, and painted surfaces, as well as metal finishes such as chrome, bronze, and nickel. I'm going to be putting a pretty thick bead on it so it'll stick, and I'm going to let it have a dry time of about 3 or 4 days before I do anything else to it. So let's get it started. Okay, we've got the new sealant on the window, and we've got the window in. The bad thing about this is we couldn't show you the steps because my cameraman, producer, and videographer had to help. I need an extra set of hands. But I'm going to let her show you how it looks by going over it real quick. Okay, now we're going to go inside and show you how it looks on the inside. We've already began putting the furring strips in there to put the wood back on, but we needed something for the window to bite on. So let's go inside and check that out. Okay, here we are inside. You can look and see this is how we pulled it in. We put the 1-inch furring strips on there so the wood would actually have something to bite onto and pull that outside window into the sealant. So this is what the end product looks like. Okay, we've got one more window to do, and we're not going to show you the steps on that because we showed you what we could over here, and it's going to be the same thing. So we're going to skip that. But the next thing we're going to do is we're going to go in here. We're going to show you how we're going to put in these furring strips so we can put the wood back on the wall. And that'll be our next project. And so until then, we'll see you in the next segment.